How to make ricotta. Ricotta really is the easiest cheese you can possibly make. It doesn't take any equipment apart from what you would find in an ordinary kitchen, and it's gorgeously tasty. You can do all kinds of things with it. You can eat it as cream cheese, you can press it, you can salt it, you can sugar it. There are so many things you can do with ricotta. It absolutely amazes me that people don't make more cheese in their own kitchens because it is so simple. All that you do is start with 4 litres of milk. You could use less if you like, but 4 litres of milk and maybe around about a small tub of double cream. 100 mils is fine. Mix these thoroughly together in a large pan and heat till you get to 93 degrees Celsius. Now you don't need a thermometer to do this. What is actually happening is that the albumin in the milk, the protein called albumin, which is the same as in a white of the egg, starts to coalesce at 90-ish degrees. So when you put your wooden spoon into the milk and you get a coating on the back of it, that is more or less the right temperature. I usually wait until I get a good coating and then give it a few more minutes on the gas just before it starts to boil, and then I add my vinegar. Now you're best using white vinegar. You can use dark malt vinegar, but that gives you a dark cheese. White vinegar, about 120 mils of white vinegar, and stir gently. Don't stir rapidly, just make sure that everything is mixed well together, and you will find that fairly quickly the curds will appear and the whey will come out of the milk, giving you curds and whey. It's actually quite vinegary whey, so you can't really use it in anything else. However, allow the whole amount of curds and whey to cool down, and then you decide what you're going to do next. The easiest thing to do with this is to get a ricotta net. If you go to the supermarket, you can find these being thrown away at the deli counter. So ask for a ricotta net and you will probably get one for free. If you don't have a ricotta net, a fine colander will do just as well. Make sure that everything that you use is sterile to start with, and you can do this with boiling water. Simply pour the curds into your mould, whether it's a ricotta net or a colander, and let them drain. And in the morning, if you leave it overnight, you've got ricotta cheese. It's very, very simple. Alternatively, you can collect all of the curds into a muslin sheet. It doesn't have to be a muslin sheet, it could be an old shirt that has been washed and boiled, or a towel. This collection is then allowed to drain overnight, and you will have again the same ricotta cheese. However, you can also put it into a pressing mould, which you can buy very cheaply, and put some weights on, or put it into a cheese press, and that will give you a pressed cheese that, if you leave for a couple of days, is actually just like crumbly Cheshire. Before you press your cheese, add an appropriate amount of salt. In this particular example, we had about 700 grams of cheese from our 4 litres of milk. Therefore, I added just around about 7 grams, a slightly rounded teaspoon of salt, and then knifed it in. Don't stir like a spoon, just with a cutting movement of the knife, incorporate the salt evenly through the cheese. Alternatively, if you've not pressed your cheese, you can add sugar to it and have it on a cheesecake. The next cheese that we're going to make in this series is a paneer, which is essentially a ricotta cheese collected into a muslin and then pressed on a pressing board with a couple of weights. And that's it.